To begin with the first lecture, which is this one, we're going to discuss how you can manually add accounts, whether if it's a Windows box, Linux box, VMware, vSphere accounts, Cisco accounts, anything. So this would be a general procedure how you would typically do that. So let's sign into our PVWA using our LDAP admin credentials. So you need to make sure you log in with the appropriate account that has the authorizations that we discussed in the last section that can add accounts, retrieve accounts, use accounts, and things like that. So let's log in with the admin. Once I'm here, I'm already in the accounts view. First, we'll look at the new interface and how you can add the accounts, and it is pretty straightforward. Then we're going to look at the classic interface. All right. So to initiate the manual operation of storage of an account, all you have to do is come up here, click on Add Account. Now the first check is what type of account do I need to store? Do I need to store a Windows account, Linux or Unix account, database account, website, application account, a network device, operating system account, security appliance, directory, miscellaneous accounts, and cloud services. Notice these are grayed out, and for them the platforms are not enabled. That's the reason why they are grayed out here. In our case, we'll start off with the Windows account. So let's select Windows. It is asking me in which platform do I want to onboard this account. So the account that I'm trying to add is a test account on my PVWA local machine. So that would be my Windows Server local accounts, right? So it would be nextparties _ Windows Server local accounts. So this would be the platform for that. So I'll select that. Next, it is asking me which safe I want to store this account in. I want to store this in the IT admin safe, and that's going to be nextparties IT Windows admin, right? So select that. The address, which is going to be my PVWA local machine. So let's make sure we can ping that and enter the FQDN instead of IP address. Sure enough, the pings are disabled because we hardened this box, so it's successfully resolving. So I'm going to add pvwa.ca/lab.local. Username is test admin. Password I had already set up, which is a pretty weak password. Confirm that. Always select this to customize the account name. So I'm going to say PVWA local test account. Now log on to is again the fully qualified domain name, so you can enter this out here. If you hit resolve, it resolves to PVWA. Location, I'm going to keep this blank. Owner name, I'm going to keep this blank. Let's say we put this for fun's sake. Next, expertise cloud, and let's say Brent is the owner. Do I want to automatically manage the passwords? Why not? Yes. Say add. And we have the account added. All right. Now, how would you do the same thing in the classic interface? So to add accounts in the classic interface, just click on this link here. It is already showing me my test account showing up here. To add an account in the classic interface, just come up here, similar step, say add account. It's asking me which safe I want to store it. So it's going to be Nexpertise IT Windows Admin. Device type is going to be the actual device associated to this account. So this is an operating system account since it's a local server account. So I'll select that. And if you had noticed, this content changed based on the device type, right? So we'll go ahead and select platform as, yes, you guessed it right. It's Nexpertise Windows Server Local Accounts. So address, we can say pvwa.ca/lab.local. Username is going to be test admin. Now here in this interface, it is showing us the optional properties. We saw in detail around the different settings for platforms, and we saw the two sections, that is required properties and optional properties. Optional you can leave blank. If you wanted to, you can check these and enter the details. So if I say pvwa.ca/lab.local, since we entered this in the new interface, let's go and add the IP address and try to see if that resolves. So it's 10.0.0.13. Say resolve. It says pvwa successfully resolved. I'm going to keep the location blank. I'm going to key in the password, which I have already set. Click on custom to have a custom name. Say pvwa test account, and leave this unchecked. Only check this if you want the CyberArk not to manage the account, and click on save, and that's going to add the account. Or if I go and hit save, it's saved that, right? So I'll go ahead and delete this because I don't want two entries. And to delete that, all I have to do is come up here and click on this button. Say OK. That account is gone. All right, so we'll go back to our accounts view in the new interface, and I have this account showing up here. And that's how you manually add an account. Now the same thing is applicable for Unix account, database, and all the other types of accounts that you can add. So if I click on database, it's going to ask you the same details or similar details. Since we only have MySQL platform enabled, it is only showing me up MySQL. If you enable SQL Server or Oracle database platforms, it's going to show up that as well. So if I select the platform, it's going to show up the safes. So I can select the appropriate safe, and same thing, username, address, and all the other details related to the database account or the appropriate accounts that I'm adding. I can add those and I'll be good to go. So exact same steps, very similar in nature. Only difference would be these elements. Some would be optional, some would be required, and some would have additional properties like DSN, ODBC connection details, port numbers, and database names and stuff like that. All right, I'll hit cancel. We're going to add database accounts later, so feel free to tune into that video. And in the subsequent videos, we're going to see how you can bulk import accounts from your Active Directory and do automated discovery on the accounts, and how you can onboard bulk accounts at the same time rather than manually adding them. Until then, see you in the next video.